is poppin' YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl DOPEaxxPANA, and in this video today I'm gonna be doing some layered boho braids using water wave feather tip crochet hair from Ssawhair on Amazon. I absolutely love this company because when I need hair in a crunch, if I have a last minute client, I can definitely rely on them. They're on Amazon, which is literally my favorite shopping place, and they also have prime shipping, which means you can get it fast. Now, feather tip crochet hair has been trending all over social media. I've been trying to tell y'all for the past 10 to 20 videos that if you guys are not on feather tip crochet hair, you guys need to make the investment. So today I'm going for a layered look because I wanted to do some super full boho braids like Bora Bora braids, but I only had 240 grams of this human hair, and typically for my Bora Bora look I'm using pretty much 400 grams. So I wanted to show you guys how you guys can get a super full look without compromising the length when you don't have 400 grams of hair. 240 grams is still a lot of hair, it's still super full, it's still super thick, but when you want it to look like it's pretty much no braids, you are going to have to know how to work with this hair. So you always want to approach this style by first figuring out how many rows you're doing. I'm going to be doing a total of 7 rows because this is a medium size, 2 at the nape of my client's neck and 5 above the ear. So what I'm going to do is break my layering up into 3 sections. I'm going to have a bottom section, which is going to be my longest section that I'm working on now, and then I'm going to have 2 shorter sections above that. Now for this very first row, I'm only putting 1 piece of boho at the end. I don't like to put boho hair in the row that's on the nape of the neck just because it tangles a lot in that area from rubbing on our clothes, the friction, and just like us naturally sweating at the nape of our neck. So I'm only putting 1 boho piece at the bottom, but this is also going to create the length for the style, and as I work my way up I'm going to layer that boho hair in. So for the row above that, I'm actually going to put 2 pieces. I'm still going to focus those pieces down low because again, I want to create fullness at the bottom, and this is important because as you create your layers, they're going to stop higher up, so you want to make sure that you really have that fullness at the bottom layer. So for this one, I'm going to put 2 pieces. Like I said, I'm putting 1 kind of like near the bottom, and then I'm braiding 1 into the ends. Now to create the length, I'm going to focus on the longest layers being the first 3 rows, so these 2 bottom rows and then the row right above the ear. And I do the row right above the ear just so that on the sides we can have a little length as well. And you can decide how long you want your first layer to be by simply just asking your client or doing the regular length of braiding hair. I am using 52-inch braiding hair, so I'm just kind of using the length of that and braiding the boho hair into the ends, which is going to extend it just a little bit. So the row above the ear, I'm going to be adding in 3 pieces. You guys can kind of see the pattern that I'm going with here, 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to be adding more pieces into each row as I work my way to the top. You definitely don't have to count how many pieces that you're putting in each braid, but I'm doing it for reference for you guys because I know a lot of people like to know, and especially with the crochet hair, you can definitely count out your pieces because it's already pre-sectioned, pre-separated, so you know what you're going to be adding and how much you need to do to get this exact same look. Now let's talk about some of the benefits of using the crochet hair, because I know some people are probably like, why can't I just use regular human hair? And you totally can. But number one, as from a braider standpoint, the hair is already pre-separated, which definitely saves a lot of time. When you take it out the pack, you do still need to kind of separate those pieces from being wrapped together, but you don't have to use any product, you don't have to pull the pieces. It definitely saves at least an hour or 2 on just prep time for the style. From a client standpoint, this hair is reusable, so you can save money on your next install. If you have a braider like me, if my clients bring back their boho hair and I can reinstall it, then it definitely saves money for them on their next install. This hair is also super versatile. You guys can use this to do the new viral miracle knot braids. You can use it for Jada Waiter braids. Depending on what curl pattern, what texture you get, you can do all human hair braids or boho twists. So it is super versatile if you take care of it. Boho is a high maintenance style, so if you are a client who wants to get up and go, guys, boho is not for you. You got to take care of this hair. So moving on to the next row, basically what I'm going to do is take my braiding hair and I'm going to cut it to be almost halfway through the row that I did before it. This is how I'm going to create those layers. And for the top row, I'm actually going to do the same thing, but I'm going to cut it the length of my client's natural hair. So I did skip the 2. Now I did skip recording those middle rows, but I am going to show you guys here on the right what those layers look like. So this is my first layer. Again, that first row I put 1 piece, second row 2 pieces, third row 3 pieces. In the 4th and the 5th row, I put 5 pieces each, and you guys can see what that layer looks like there. The great thing about having this hair layered is that you're gonna still get that fullness. If you do all of these braids the exact same size, then it's not going to be as full. So with the layering, it creates a really, really full look without having so much boho hair, if that makes sense. Now in the top rows, I honestly didn't really count how many pieces I put. You're not gonna have as much room to put as many, but I feel like I put about 5 pieces in each row on the top. The only thing that I'm doing different is I'm adding 2 pieces of crochet hair on each side of the braid at the top, and this is going to help to mask some of that braid at the base of my client's head. And then I'm just going to continue to braid down. I did have to tuck my client's hair, and it was really hard because I've talked about this before with my boho braids. I tried not to use too much braiding hair because you already have a lot of fullness coming from the boho hair, and then when you do braiding hair on top of that, it's just a really heavy style. So I try to use a minimal amount of braiding hair, and obviously to tuck my client's natural hair, I need to be using more braiding hair. So it was a challenge, but I tried to do it the best that I could. And I think that it still turned out really bomb. One of my goals when I'm creating full boho styles is to make sure that they're always versatile. So in my videos, you guys will always see me pulling my client's hair up into a ponytail with one hand. I always want to make sure that they're able to style it multiple ways. So making the style lightweight, using less braiding hair, also does that as well. So I'm going to show you guys what the hair looks like dry and then what the hair looks like wet. This is before I dip the curls or anything on my client's natural hair. Obviously dipping the hair is going to relax those braids a little bit, and it's going to add a little bit of length because it relaxes the curls just a little bit. But this is a water wave curl pattern, and it's pretty tight, so you're not going to really lose too much of that curl. And yeah, I do love the fullness of this hair. I think that it turned out super cute. So this is what a dry look looks like. If your client wanted to leave it in a dry state, basically what you would need to do is pin up all the curls and only dip the braiding hair. And I've also seen people use steamers. I've never personally used a steamer, but they say that that works as well. It's a little bit of work and it's a little tedious, but if they want this full ponytail look, then they're gonna need to do that. Now I'm dipping my client's natural hair because we're going for a more relaxed look, and I'm just doing her edges. She didn't really leave any out. This boho hair can be dipped in water. It's gonna hold its curl. It will relax just a little bit, but you guys can see how much more fluid these braids are with a wet look. I know in some of my videos I say wet look. That doesn't mean that your client's hair will be constantly wet. It just means that I have dipped the boho hair and relaxed those braids a little bit. And so yeah, it'll take a little bit of that fullness, that fluffiness away, but it's still a pretty full ponytail and it looks really good. This hair is in 18 inches, guys, and I was able to make it look like a long bust down just by layering it. Let me know if you guys will try this technique or if this technique will work for you. Here I'm just kind of showing a couple styling options for my client. She looks absolutely gorgeous with these. If you guys have tried out the crochet hair, let me know how it's worked out for you guys before. The only downfall is that when you take this down, you cannot cut those braids, y'all. You want to hang on to this hair because it's an investment. And yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, and I will catch you guys in my next video. BreAunna tutorials, lives, reviews, yeah, all that. BreAunna, not the little one. Hey, what you mean? Big box braids on your top, yeah.